Hey guys, this is a really hard video to make. It's been on my mind from the last few days, especially with all the people that have been accused of like sexual harassment or rape or I don't know, those terrible things. Method, one of my favorite World of Warcraft organization, like PvPers and Race to World First and that sort of thing. They had a member who was accused of rape and sexual misconduct and trying to send photos or sending photos and trying to obtain photos of minors, 16-year-old girls. And that happened 2 years ago they had a police investigation, and the investigation wasn't completed, it wasn't founded. But Method, during the time he was under police investigation, Method Josh, they allowed him to be a part of the Race to World First, and that's one thing I don't agree with. If someone's under a police investigation for allegedly doing something as terrible as that, like, even if they didn't do it, which in this case he did do it, he's a scumbag, he's a creep, Josh is just a terrible person and he should be in prison. But having that accusation and that sort of thing, they should have suspended him, at least suspended him. But when you have people that are manipulative and you've been friends with them for a long time, it's really hard to, I mean, if they tell you they didn't do it and the police investigation's unfounded, then, I mean, you have no choice but to believe your friend and person that's been with you all this time. So I guess this is how it gets into me personally. I was accused of rape from one of my former friends, simply because I didn't want her going to a birthday trip I was taking with a bunch of guy friends. As insane as that sounds, this is a person who did not like any of my other friends for one reason or the other. We had joked, not with her, but about her several times, that inevitably something's going to happen to where we're not friends anymore with that person, and it wouldn't be our fault because that's just the way she was. I mean, an example would be she worked at a game store with one of my other friends, and some copies of Dot Hack on PS2 came in, which if you're a game collector, you know that those are worth some money. And since they were used games at GameStop, they sold them for a lot cheaper than if you were to buy them on eBay. So because my friend went in and bought them because he'd basically reserved them, because since we worked there, that's something you could do. If something came in that you wanted, you could hold it off to the side. But she had seen them and she was going to buy them, but he had come in and bought them because he claimed them. So ever since then, she wasn't friends with him and would make up stories about him, like all these things. So I guess how it starts is, this time I'm working as a correctional officer at the county jail, where we held like federal inmates and people of all different crimes. I mean, rape, child pornography, and disgusting things. So I planned a trip to Minneapolis, Minnesota with some friends to go retro video game hunting. As you can see behind me, I collect video games. You can see PS1, PS2, I mean, PS3 is over here, PS4 is down here, NES is above my head. Like, I collect video games, and that person, the accuser, also liked playing video games, but because she was no longer friends with a lot of the people that I would invited to go. I didn't invite her because she would have just made it miserable, and I knew she would. So somehow in her head, she came up with that we had invited her because one of my friends that didn't like her and she didn't like him was no longer going. So since she threw a fit, I finally said, all right, fine, she can go. That's whatever. But you have to understand that these people are going and you don't like them, but they're going too. And she turned it into, we were only inviting her. Her boyfriend was in the group with us. We only invited her so that on the way there to Minneapolis, we would stop the vehicle and take turns raping her. And that's like one of the scariest things you can be accused of. And like, that's why I don't want to babysit my friends' girls. Like, I love their girls and like, he's my best friend, but that's something that I never want to be accused of or anything like that. So it happened. Like, someone accused me of raping them. Like, that was, and they still tell people, like, this was 4 years ago, and they still tell people that we did it. And like, this has been on my mind for, like, I mean, I joke about it, like, with my friends, but like, it really eats me up. Like, it's fucked up that someone you called your friend for years would accuse you of something so terrible. And so that's why, like, I'm sort of like with Method, like, I get that you didn't kick them out right away and like the police didn't find anything, so you didn't kick them, because like, if it wasn't true, you're ruining that person's life over accusations. So like, I really am against, like, I want to believe the victims, obviously, of course. Like, if that happened to you, that's horrible, it's terrible, and like, you need justice for that. But the reason why it is different with Method is because like, there's so many Discord messages of him trying to get like nude photos of 16-year-olds and like harassing women just because he's a big time pro video game player, and he thinks that like he's entitled to that sort of thing. It's like, it's disgusting. I really wish Method would have acted sooner. Obviously, it was 2 years of people going through this and they didn't do anything about it. So like, Method was my favorite organization. I have, I mean, almost all of their like shirts, and you can see the jersey behind me. But I mean, I understand why they didn't get rid of him right away, because of those sort of accusations. Like, I think they had the right idea with letting the police handle it, but obviously the police didn't handle it. They either didn't have enough evidence or what. Like, the police have been awful. I mean, I was in law enforcement. I'm not anymore. I couldn't handle it anymore. I just didn't want to be with my captain, who recently just got fired for being a racist, homophobic piece of garbage. Like, and he would say that those sort of, like, he would say super homophobic things while I was working there, like trying to get me to agree with them. Just, that's a whole nother thing, I guess. But 2020 has just been fucking terrible. Pandemic, the United States not giving a shit about their citizens. Like, so many things could have been avoided, and it's just been getting worse. Like, now, even, I don't know what's going on with Dr. Disrespect, but even he's been like permanently banned from Twitch, and it seems like everything. He's gonna be permanently banned from everything. Like, we don't have the information of what happened or anything like that, but it has to be serious, right? Because they said it's not DMCA related. So I've been in a very bad place this year, to say the least. Like, I don't know. 2020 has just been fucking terrible, and I'm so sorry to all the victims who have been sexually harassed or raped or anything to that matter. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for the Black community that has been going through police brutality for so long. I went to a protest about 45 minutes away from where I live, and at the time that I went, there was no tear gas thrown, and there wasn't rubber bullets or anything like that. But several times that my friend has gone, that's what he's been met with, is tear gas and flashbangs, and it's so effed up that, like, it was 100% peaceful. Like, they weren't doing anything violent, anything like that, and that's how they were met. Flashbangs can permanently damage your hearing. It can really mess with you. And tear gas is just, it's chemical warfare that it's not even allowed in war, but we're allowed to use it on our citizens. So I guess that's all I have to say right now. People of Method, I'm sorry that they've lost their livelihood of streaming for a big organization like that. They went from a multi-million-dollar company to nothing in 3 days. Of course, like, for the people that weren't even on the rating team, they had nothing to do with Josh, or they were just part of the organization. They've lost, I mean, their income because of this horrible thing that has happened. So I really do feel bad for them. I've met Sko, I've met Sophia or Jari. They both seem like really good people, and I still think they're good people. Like, they've signed my Method cup that I have hanging above my World of Warcraft thing. My camera's backwards, so yeah, that cup is signed by Sko and Sophia. So I don't know what else is gonna happen this year. I really hope it gets better. The United States needs to quit being fucking stupid and wear your masks in public and not go into huge gatherings with people. I don't know what else to say. Thank you, anyone that's listened. Thank you to my small community of people that I play games with and talk to. I love you all. Thanks for letting me rant, I guess. And I will hopefully see you on the stream. That's twitch.tv/shadowist_, same name as my YouTube channel. So thank you everyone that's listened, and God, I hope this gets better. This is horrible. Take care, guys.